Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a massive shift in how the internet actually operates. We're looking at Linkspreed's ATRIUM Web4 core. It's an engine that's literally changing how we build and, more importantly, how we own our digital communities. We're finally moving away from those restrictive legacy platforms and stepping toward a future where you hold the keys to your own digital space. So, here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the social media crisis, then the rise of the super app. After that, we'll cover the ATRIUM plugin architecture, transforming communities with services, and the 7-layer Web4 engine. And finally, we'll wrap up with claiming your digital sovereignty. Let's get right into it. Section 1, the social media crisis, a terminal crisis. Look, we all know the deal with legacy platforms, right? They're built entirely on centralized data exploitation. They use these algorithmically manipulated feeds that are literally designed to hijack your attention. Not to mention that absolute flood of AI bots and synthetic content we see every single day. And historically, escaping that mess meant wrestling with rigid, monolithic code bases for months just to get a basic form online. Well, ATRIUM Web 4 is a complete departure from that. It allows organizations and independent creators to instantly spin up sovereign networks that are entirely algorithm-free and strictly human-verified. It swaps out those massive, fragile legacy code bases for highly flexible, modular plugins. Basically, you're no longer building your community on rented, broken ground. Section 2, Rise of the Super App, Beyond the Feed. So what exactly is a super app? Well, think of frameworks like WeChat. A super app shifts a network from just keeping people talking to keeping them living, working, and transacting all in one unified digital dashboard. Imagine taking your favorite chat app, your banking app, maybe your local transit schedule, and your digital ID, and just rolling the whole shebang into a single, cohesive, sovereign hub. You aren't bouncing between 15 different disconnected apps to manage your day anymore. You're managing your entire digital ecosystem right from one place. And honestly, that is the incredible power of a true super app. Section 3, the ATRIUM plugin architecture, modular plugins. Now, to actually make that super app a reality, without creating some bloated, unstable mess of code, we rely on 3 core layers of plugins. And these just snap right onto the ATRIUM core, kind of like Lego blocks. First up, we've got the identity layer. This uses UI to plugins for biometric proof of personhood. What does that mean for you? It means your network is strictly human verified, period. No bots allowed. Next is the integration layer, which seamlessly bridges public utilities or your private corporate SaaS tools straight into your interface. And finally, the transactional layer. This handles fintech plugins for peer-to-peer commerce and community loyalty systems. So you literally just snap on whatever your community needs exactly when you need it without bogging down the base app. Section 4, Transforming Communities with Services, Real-World Apps. It's pretty amazing to see how these plugins act as secure translation layers for, well, virtually any environment you can think of. Let's say you're running a smart city network. You can use public utility plugins to stream live transit alerts or civic voting trackers straight to a user's dashboard. Or if you're a business, you can hook up your proprietary enterprise databases or Thrive SaaS tools without a hitch. And when it comes to identity controls, since ATRIUM sits at the absolute base layer, you can enforce strict, globally recognized standards like EIDS 2.0 biometric age verification for sensitive areas. You can even gamify the whole experience, rewriting community incentives with automated XP rewards based on real human contributions. The software basically just molds itself to exactly what you need. Okay, so looking at all that incredible, hyper-niche functionality, you're probably wondering, how on earth do you scale a super app like this without a massive R&D budget? How do local community architects or independent creators actually afford to build these integrations? Well, the answer is a decentralized plugin marketplace. It's essentially an app store on steroids for community builders. Network admins absolutely do not need massive research and development budgets to make this work. Instead, independent software engineers build these highly specific, niche tools and publish them to a global market, monetizing their work directly. So, if you're managing a network, you just browse the marketplace, find a verified tool, maybe an end-to-end data encryption module or a localized commerce widget, and with a single click, you've instantly upgraded your network's capacity. It creates this really thriving one-click upgrade economy that fuels endless architectural variations. Section 5, the 7-layer Web 4 engine, a 7-layer framework. To truly appreciate the stability of this plugin framework, we have to look under the hood at Linkspreed's vertically integrated stack, because it's quite a journey. It starts at the absolute foundation with Layer 1, UID, completely replacing those vulnerable passwords with biometric identity. Layer 2, Vivon, handles mobile access, which passes up to a really critical one. Layer 3, Arctic. This is the decentralized compute backbone, where those intensive plugging workloads are safely distributed across thousands of consumer nodes. That way, centralized servers don't just snap under the pressure. Layers 4 and 5, Helion and Tribe, handle intelligent network routing and robust productivity apps, pushing us up to Layer 6, which is ATRIUM itself, our super app gateway. And lastly, Layer 7, Winix, connects the whole thing into smart consumer hardware like wearables. It's a massive 7-layer engine engineered from the ground up for total structural sovereignty. Section 6. Claiming your digital sovereignty. Owning your space. Right now, we're kind of stuck in this model of digital tenancy. We rent out space on legacy platforms and surrender our deeply personal, highly valuable data to massive social media conglomerates, really just for the basic privilege of connecting with each other. The ATRIUM model aggressively flips that power dynamic into true digital sovereignty. It means you actually own the super app, you control your infrastructure, you dictate your security, and you design your user experience through endless modular plugin configurations. The communities and individuals who actually build the value of the network are the ones who finally hold the keys to the kingdom. There's a quote from the source material that I think hits the nail right on the head for our explainer today. Building a social network is no longer the final destination, it is simply step one. By decoupling massive features into this aggressive, modular plug-in framework, the architectural possibilities for your community are honestly limitless. You aren't just creating a space for people to chat anymore, you are building highly functional, totally secure, and sovereign digital economies. So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with something to really think about. The foundational infrastructure is live. The developer toolsets are ready. The era of monolithic control is officially ending. So, are you ready to stop renting your digital space as a vulnerable tenant and start owning your sovereign super app? Just imagine what your own community could build when given the actual keys to the internet. Thanks so much for joining me today, and keep exploring the future of your digital sovereignty.